Hello, denizens. I'm getting fed up. I'm done. I'm about to quit the internet. Well, I mean, surfing the internet. Well, parts of it. Why? Because of websites that keep asking me to manage my cookies. I know this is old news to most of you, but this is now happening more and more frequently to me, which is all that counts. And while they are serious annoyances on my computer, they are just ridiculously impossible on my iPhone to deal with. I'm sure most of you just click yeah on the button. Who cares? If you ever do click on the Manage Settings button, you get a screenful of permission options that will bring acid flashbacks of tests you failed in high school. Of course, I'm just speaking hypothetically about what taking acid might have been like for those back then who did it. Not me, of course. This crappy experience started back in 2018 with those meddling European Union circle jerkers who just love to search out bits of unfettered fun and then slather it with regulatory bullshit. In this case, it was the General Data Protection Regulation, or as it's lovingly called, the GDPR, which sounds like a Soviet-era farming collective. The goal was to force corporations to provide users with cookie transparency and control over what cookies we want. The other fun sucker on this side of the ocean was the CCPA, or the California Consumer Privacy Act, which by dint of California's size and population and its proximity to Silicon Valley, that's a joke, by the way, has influenced websites everywhere, even in Canada. California is the overregulated shithole of the United States. I would rather start a business in France than California right now. Two sites that I used to frequent frequently were nature.com and f1.com. No more. I'm done with them. They're just nuts. If you decide on managing Nature's settings, you'll come to the Nature Portfolio Privacy Preferences Center. I was surprised that it didn't ask me to take a number and stand in line. You get options such as strictly necessary cookies. Cookies are necessary for the website to function and cannot be switched off in our system. Okay, we know most sites won't work if you turn cookies off. I'll give them that. Then you get the option of managing performance cookies. These cookies allow us to count visits and traffic sources so we can measure and improve the performance of our site. I say no. Not giving it to you, because I'm a bastard. Functional cookies provide enhanced functionality and personalization. The only personalization I want is to use a number 1 clipper on my hair and shave my name into the side of my head. Targeting cookies may be set through our site by our advertising partners. They may be used by those companies to build a profile of your interests and show you relevant adverts on other sites. I'm sure turning that on. Social media cookies are set by a range of social media services that we have added to the site to enable you to share our content with your friends and networks. That sounds totally benign to me. Targeting first-party cookies may be set through our site by ourselves. They may be used by ourselves to build a profile of your interests and show you relevant content or adverts on our site. Wow! I sure as hell don't want you to find out about my unnatural interests in marmots. Targeting third-party cookies may be set through our site by our advertising partners. They may be used by those companies to build a profile of your interests and show you relevant adverts on other sites. Because none of us don't find it as creepy as shit to suddenly find that we're being stalked on the internet by the Cupcake Factory. And finally, the Google and IABTCF something or other that allows third-party ad tracking and third-party ad serving through Google and other vendors to occur. Sure, because Google doesn't know enough about us already. And if you thought this was crazy, take a look at the F1 cookie exam. Luckily, both of these sites, when you click on Manage, turn on only the necessary cookies and turn off all the optional ones by default. So in these two instances, at least, you can just click on Manage Settings and then Save Settings, and you'll be inflicted with the bare minimum exposure. But many other websites have the optional items on, so beware. Still, do we really need all this nonsense? Even Pornhub doesn't require such personal intervention. Full disclosure, I only went there for research purposes for this video. In summary, all you businesses madly rushing to be GDPR and CCPA compliant, I know you're myopically thinking that you are the only businesses with websites on the internet. But I mean, we're visiting hundreds of websites all the time, and it's gotten tiresome. But the truth is that third-party cookies are dying. Apple's Safari stops all site trackers, and Google is promising to turn off cookies in Chrome next year or the year after and replace it with FLOC, which means we can now all go flock ourselves. Oh, come on. Did you think I wouldn't go there? Till next time, denizens, be seeing you. Go flock yourselves. I am so clever.